He just took off and ran.
I know he's scared out there and breaks my heart.
Let's go find him.
This time on trackers,
Joe?
a house cat bolts.
Our front door was wide open. Come on, let's find that cat.
The heat is overwhelming.
The drain on Trusty is substantial.
And
It's really skittish.
desperation sets in.
He really only likes me.
Come on, you old couch potato.
Trusty, the veteran bloodhound, might not be a morning dog.
I've got your bag.
Once she's off the couch and on her way to track, she's in her element, a job she was born
Go.
and trained to do.
Come on.
With 150 successful rescues with her partner, Wendy, Trusty has the resume to prove it.
I love what I do. I love being a tracker. But more than anything, I love Trusty.
Today, they'll work together to try and bring Ripken home.
I've had him since he was about 8 weeks old. He's a little tiny guy.
He's just a little 12-pound cockapoo. Just a little sweetheart.
I came outside and I noticed the gate was open.
Ripken's not here, and we frantically started searching the neighborhood.
Rip! I couldn't find him. I couldn't find him anywhere. Rip! I know he's really, really scared out there and breaks my heart.
He's out there. He's by himself. He's just a little guy. But I want to find him.
Ripken was last spotted at a sprawling construction site 2 miles from his home. The search begins here.
Wow, this is way back. I had no idea it went back this far. We'll carry the scent article. Just lay it down.
A scent article, Ripken's favorite blanket, has his DNA all over it.
Find him. Come on. Come on.
Bloodhounds were bred to detect and analyze scent particles. Trusty's oversized ears sweep odors into her nose. She's honed in on an invisible trail of microscopic skin cells left behind by Ripken.
With him being so little, he can find refuge down underneath in these areas. They're used by groundhogs and raccoons. See those spots where it goes in between? It's like where something has walked through recently. They are definitely canine tracks. Trusty, this is a mud. Which way you want to go, Truss? Okay. She has definitely found his water source. Indications are that he had come down for water and probably backtracked. It's an awesome thing because that's one of Ripken's needs. They can live without food for like 3 weeks. You need that water. You can only make it 3 days.
2 miles into the track, in 90-degree heat, Trusty isn't showing any signs of fatigue.
Going through the woods with the 110-pound dog on a leash that's 15 feet. It's crazy. Come on up here and we'll go around. Come on. You gotta go around sticks, you gotta go around rocks, you gotta climb over boulders.
Trusty works an arduous track, as hard as when she was a young working dog.
You know me, I'm falling down. Get her hitting my head and all kinds of stuff, and she's just fine. There's a huge nesting area. That's probably coyote.
Coyote populations have been on the rise in Maryland since the 1970s and are a predatory threat to a 12-pound dog like Ripken.
There's a lot of treacherous stuff out here. It really has me frightful. It is just such a massive amount of property to trace this fast little dog before he gets eaten by some other animal. I'm just not sure what I'll find tomorrow if we don't find him tonight.
Gretel is a 3-year-old German Shepherd, a breed popular with law enforcement and illegal drug interdiction.
She is definitely making her presence known and finding pets left and right.
Gretel and her partner Janelle Fishpaw have solved over 100 missing pet cases.
We're doing really good as far as a team goes. We've got a good track record so far.
Gretel and Janelle are headed to track a beloved house cat lost in central Maryland.
Jonas is a white and black domestic short hair. We've had him for about 2 years. He's on the smaller side. He's fairly petite. He hangs out with his family all the time. He's always with us. When we got up yesterday morning, our front door was wide open, and then we noticed that Jonas was missing. We have 3 kids. Love him very much. So we're just hopeful that this will work.
If I can just have you guys stand at the driveway here. Okay, so I'm wearing a glove so that I don't put my smell on the scent article.
To locate Jonas's scent trail, his pillow is placed by the door he escaped from, his last known location.
When she approaches the scent item, she knows this is the smell that I'm looking for. Despite all the other scents here, the strongest one coming off this item is what we're gonna find. Gretel, Sue.
When Janelle uses German commands, Gretel knows it's time to work.
She's got the scent. Gretel.
Gretel's nose is 100,000 times more sensitive than a human's.
Sue. Sue. 9. Sue. Gretel's tracking technique looks more like what you would expect to see out of a dog that's tracking. Her nose is to the ground. Some of the dogs, such as hounds, they can track with their head up a little higher. She's nose to the ground. Come on, look.
Missing cats typically stay within 1,000 feet of home. With the summer heat rising, Jonas likely has taken cover somewhere away from the sun.
He's probably hiding somewhere cool, into these window wells, you know, behind bushes, in odd locations.
Gretel tracks Jonas's scent into a neighbor's yard.
Sue. She indicated that there was a lot of strong smell on the backside of the house. Let's find it. This looks good. Come on, let's find that cat. Gretel, Sue. Gretel just sat down, which is her indicator for me.
Gretel signaling that Jonas was recently at this deck.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a flashlight and look with Gretel.
Sure.
She's gonna sniff, I'm gonna use my eyes and a flashlight. We'll see if we can't get any eye shine or she doesn't indicate for us that there is a cat under the deck.
I know, where's the kitty?
Cats typically can weasel themselves into small, tight spaces. There's a good, like, 8 to 10 inch gap in there. I was able to look under the deck there, and he's not there. Yes, that's where you smell the cat. There's a lot of scent under there.
This area.
That was a pretty strong scent trail that was kind of backing around.
Jonas was here, but likely left this hiding spot in search of food and water.
Hop across the street.
Gretel's lost the trail.
Do that.
When that happens, Janelle's training kicks in. She leads Gretel to rediscover Jonas's track and search for where the frightened cat might be hunkered down.
So don't forget to check up as well as on the ground, because they'll definitely scoot up a tree. All right, Gretel, where's the kitty? Where's the kitty?
I see a cat.
You do?
Joe?
Hop across the street.
Gretel lost the scent trail for Jonas, a cat that went missing last night.
We've had him for about 2 years. Love him very much.
Jonas is an indoor cat, vulnerable to countless threats.
So don't forget to check up as well as on the ground.
Let's find that cat. Come on. Let's find her.
Janelle has greatly expanded the search range, going right to the edge of the nearby woodline.
Oh, I see a cat.
You do?
Joe?
All right, girl.
We want to really pinpoint where the cat's at. If we flush the cat out, the cat's gonna run and move locations.
Gretel's behavior indicates that whatever cat Dawn saw, it's not Jonas. There are no signs of Jonas having been here.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's multiple cats in here.
Even though they're running out of daylight, Janelle has another section of the neighborhood to canvass.
I just want to be thorough and sweep through the area just to make sure.
And it works. Gretel is once again locked onto Jonas's trail, and it leads into a neighbor's yard.
Oh, I heard him. I heard him.
You heard him?
He's in here. Joe? Joe?
Did you see him?
Oh, God. Okay, I gotta stay calm. He's getting scared. Hi, buddy. Mommy's right here. Come here, baby. Come on, honey.
Did you see him?
Yeah. Hi. Okay.
Do you have him?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, yay!
Hi. Thank you, guys.
When you see an owner be able to pull their lost cat out of the bush, it's such an amazing feeling. I know Gretel was hitting on that bush, so the fact that she's right and the cat's there and the owner's excited is just, it's awesome. I am so glad Jonas is home. All right, make sure that front door gets closed. I just don't want him to get out again.
What are you doing? It's on an adventure, Mom. Gretel, thank you so much. You helped us find Jonas, didn't you? Thank you.
She wants to go in these people's backyard.
Ripken, a 5-year-old cockapoo, ran away 4 days ago.
He's not a very good street smart dog. He's a very docile dog. He's a very friendly dog. I know he's really, really scared out there and breaks my heart.
Trusty tracked him to a neighborhood 3 miles from home.
Significant activity on the edges of these houses here lead me to believe that the dog has been in here.
There's every chance Ripken is nearby, scavenging for food.
I am not relieved that Trusty led me to a neighborhood. I'd rather him stay away from the roads.
At this point, we're all tired. The dog is even tired searching for Ripken.
Since Wendy suspects Ripken is in this area, it's time to shift from tracking to trapping.
From this point forward, it's going to be strategic planning. I would like to put a trap between the field and the house.
Her plan is for a single trap.
She wants to put down one trap. It's like one trap, 270-some acres.
Despite Colin's concerns, Wendy is confident she's using her resources efficiently.
This is what they call a trail camera.
The camera covers a radius of 80 feet, triggered to record at the slightest motion. If Ripken goes for the bait, he'll be caught on camera confirming Wendy's theory that Ripken is here.
There you go. Good deal.
It will be up to Colin and Jamie to monitor and rebait the trap.
I'm not very confident in the plan, but I do know that without somebody having a plan, I don't have one. Wendy does.
There's no way in hell, with all this acreage and this terrain, that we're gonna find him tonight. I just hope he makes it through the night.
Before he became a world-class tracking dog, Jake was caged up in a kill shelter. This high-strung coonhound has gone from someone's cast-off to a top-notch tracker. Today, Jake is working with Carmen Brothers to find a Doberman pinscher named Simba.
Unfortunately, since Simba has only been in this home for a short time, he's also not very familiar with the area, so it's going to be more challenging for him to find his way home.
Simba is 1.5 years old. He has really bad anxiety. He's really skittish. And he really attached himself to me. Then he follows me everywhere in the house. He's just so scared.
It's been 24 hours since Simba got loose while on a run with Cecilia's stepdad, John.
About halfway through, we saw a deer, and he just took off and ran. I think we need to get it done quickly. He can get hit by a car. That's what I'm worried about.
Where'd you drop the leash exactly?
Pretty much right here.
Okay. Jake, Swate, look at me, look at me. Tota.
About the only time Jake is calm is when he is scenting up.
What normally happens when dogs go missing like this, especially when they're already really skittish, they tend to hunker down, and they tend to really not come out except for between dusk and dawn, because that's when there's less noise and less activity and so forth. You can kind of see he's trying to pick up the scent now with his nose up in the air. This way.
Jake was following exactly where my stepdad said that he had seen Simba running. He's accurate.
Simba can easily be mistaken for a deer. Tota. A lot of times people will, see him and not even realize it's Simba because he just blends in so well with the surroundings. Jake. So you see how he's kind of freaking out? That's what he does normally when the scent gets stronger.
Simba has definitely been here very recently.
Did you hear that?
What is that?
Oh my God, everybody get down, get down. Simba, hi. Do you want to go to the dog park?
Just saw Simba, literally right here, right now. I gotta get Jake in the car. I don't want him to freak your dog out.
Jake's amped up, and that could actually scare Simba, provoking him to flee the woods and onto the highway. Carmen's strategy pivots.
Come here, Jake.
The family needs to draw Simba in.
What I want you to do, we're gonna kind of split. We're gonna go in from either side, get your scent items, and drop your scent strips as you walk back that way, okay?
These pieces of blanket are covered in Cecilia's scent. The goal is to make Simba feel comforted by the familiar smells. The first of 2 efforts to lure him to her.
Have a seat somewhere you're comfy. I'm going to surround you with cat food. The dog's right here somewhere. I've got Cecilia, who he's most familiar with, sitting down in the woods with cat food and whatnot in silence in hopes of being able to lure Simba to her.
Cat food is a pungent, powerful draw to an animal that may not have eaten in days.
Don't move, pretty much, because if we keep walking around, we're gonna end up pushing the dog out. I want to keep him coming this way towards you. Oh my God. Simba! Simba! Simba!
Jake tracked down a runaway Doberman named Simba.
Around other people, he's really skittish, but he really only likes me.
Simba is on edge, suffering severe anxiety.
Have a seat somewhere you're comfy.
The focus turns from tracking him to catching him.
I want Cecilia literally to sit down and be in total silence. We're looking to take wet cat food and kind of circle it around her. So hopefully that attracts Simba to come closer to her, to where she doesn't have to go to him to get a hold of the leash or get a hold of him. Don't move. Pretty much.
Simba, do you want to go to the dog park? Hi. Hi, sweetie.
We're okay, we're okay, we're okay. Wait, just wait. When we're tracking and people see their dog, they obviously expect their dog to recognize them and come up to them. But unfortunately, that's not the way it works.
Yeah, right there.
Simba is in flight mode, which is when a dog gets out, they almost revert back to being feral. They don't associate that relationship. They turn around and run.
Given how panicky he is, any bid to draw him towards Cecilia will likely fail.
People tromp through the woods. All that does is scare him. He'll start associating this area with fear, and in turn, he'll move and not come back to this area.
The best option at this point, set a trap and get out of the woods.
Just dump all that kind of, yep. We're gonna want to take the sheets and stuff that you guys ripped up, and literally we're gonna do scent trails leading in. So yep, let's shred away. This looks awesome, by the way. This is great. We have the scent trails leading into the trap. We'll just keep paws crossed and wait for Simba to come to us. I don't want a great big search party coming in and freaking Simba out. But if one person comes in every once in a while and just sits quietly, that could actually help lure him in.
Jake took our area from being the entire woods and the surrounding area to this smaller portion of the woods. Hi. Thank you.
Nice to him.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Jake continues to hold on to Simba's scent even as they drive away.
Jake has one switch. As we can all hear, it's either on or off. He's definitely on right now and probably more frustrated than I am because he's ready to roll. And it just doesn't always take place that day. Right, Jake?
We're gonna get a trap, and we're gonna set him back here.
Ripken's been gone from home for almost an entire week.
He always stuck by my side. Never did he leave me. And I know he's scared.
Trusty pinpointed an area where Ripken has been hanging out, near what could be a coyote den. Colin and Jamie have visited daily to check on the trap and motion camera.
I'm just gonna keep doing everything you tell me to do, and
Don't give up. Don't give up.
I'm never gonna give up. Can't give
Good.
up, so.
Six days and no sign of Ripken. Until now. Ripken could not resist the bait. The trap secures the dog. And during Jamie's daily routine,
Ripken. Hi, baby.
Well, it was very early in the morning.
Hi, Ripken.
I got to that trap Wendy had set.
Ripken.
He was in it.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
I carried the whole entire crate to my car. I wasn't gonna open it because I didn't want to lose him.
Hi, baby.
I just got a phone call a little while ago. We're going to see Jamie over at her house. They got their dog Ripken.
Oh, God. There he is. He's a little scared and he's a little skittish tonight.
No, he's going to be that way for a little bit.
But because of you, I got him back.
You are beautiful. Yes, you are.
Without her, I couldn't have brought him home.
That makes me proud of my dog.
It makes me proud of your dog, and it makes me proud of you.
Never thought this would happen. This time, I've pretty much seen the headlights of the Lord's Cadillac. I couldn't believe it.
Gretel is up early.
Hey now,
Gretel!
Oh, hi, Gretel.
Anxious to start the workday with her handler, Janelle.
Yeah, you got her.
Ann Wills owns Gretel and other tracking canines. She trained this duo.
Gretel!
With over 2,000 pet recoveries, Ann's the mother of trackers.
Work her hard, bring her back tired.
I always do. Let's go. Hold on. Wait.
Gretel will track with anybody.
No, not down the hill. Come here.
She's a super, super social dog. And as long as somebody's holding that leash, off she's ready to go.
To the car. Yes! Come on.
For the first time in her career, Gretel has been assigned to track a ferret.
My pet's name is Thorne. He's a ferret. He's my little fur baby. I love him.
Thorne squeezed out of a hole in a screen door and has been gone for a week, much longer, and the odds are stacked against a recovery.
We're moving next 2 weeks or so. What really worries me is not being able to find him. He was a real big part of our family.
Oh my God, that's gonna be awesome.
We're using Thorne's bed as a scent article.
Perfect. Come on. That's a good girl. Some of the things that are unique to doing a ferret track, that's a good girl. You're looking in even smaller locations than you would for a cat or a small dog. They love those tight little spaces.
Ferrets are extremely susceptible to heat stroke. Temperatures over 90 degrees are considered dangerous.
Sit.
Recently, temperatures have been nearing triple digits.
Gretel. Soup. Oh yeah, get all that smell.
If Thorne is still alive,
She's on it.
he's likely in a small shaded area.
9. Sook. Still wants to go down here.
See, my biggest fear is these railroad tracks.
Not far from home, an active railroad track, a serious threat to Thorne.
We're not getting a lot of scent. There seems to be pockets of scent. Where is it?
Gretel is struggling to keep Thorne's scent. Her first ferret track is growing cold.
We've done the back over here. I want to see about this backyard here. Sook, come on.
Gretel picks up a fresh trail,
Definitely some interest coming down that hill.
pulling them right where they don't want to go.
Train tracks make me nervous. I've never had her try to pull me into bushes. I actually think that's probably where he's at. That is a hot spot. Gretel.
Gretel and her handler, Janelle, are trying to sniff out the new den of a runaway ferret named Thorne.
What really worries me is not being able to find him. He was a real big part of our family.
Thorne's been missing nearly a week. At the end of the month, his family is moving, so the rescue window is closing.
Sook, come on. There was definitely some interest coming down that hill.
Determined to find her first ferret, Gretel's aggressively signaling that Thorne is close.
I've never had her try to pull me into bushes.
She's traced Thorne to the brush alongside an active railroad track.
That is a hot spot. I actually think that's probably where he's at. So I don't want to spook him out. That's why we're pulling back.
Yeah, right next to the train tracks. I really, really am scared for his safety here.
We're baiting up this area because this is my best bet on where Thorne's hiding out.
To contain Thorne and keep him away from the tracks, they surround his suspected hideout with food and traps.
All right, so then we'll go to the other side here and we'll set up a feeding station. The way feeding stations work, you want it big enough so you get at least one set of footprints. We put that there, and then we're gonna grab the flour. We want it thick enough that if you lightly touch, you get a print.
Yeah.
The flour will help determine if Thorne's eating from the station and potentially lead the way to his new nest.
And for bait, we're gonna take that open can of cat food and you just stick it right in the middle. So he's gotta step onto it.
He's gotta get one there to get it.
Exactly, exactly. That's what we're going for. So we'll run the chum trail up and down the tracks here.
Okay.
And maybe a couple of his favorite treats.
The chum is a mixture of water and cat food. It might deter him from crossing the tracks in search of food.
As much as I'd love to be able to hand you your pet, I don't want to spook him out and force him.
Well, I understand that.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning. The forecast is calling for a scorcher.
All right, up and in. It is so hot that you can hardly even move. Hang on, girl, she's a princess. Yeah.
To beat the midday sun, Wendy heads out early to search for a little lost Yorkie, Dee-Dee.
Just my son and I, and it's his dog. We've had her for 7 years. She goes up and down this fence line looking for rabbits, groundhogs, because she's a terrier. That's what they're born to do, is dig and search things out. You can see all the 2x4s that I've put to try to keep her in the yard. I think that she got out underneath the fence and somebody cornered her and physically picked her up and took her. I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but my heart aches. We miss our dog.
Purebred Yorkies can sell for over $1,000.
Easy.
They can be a tempting target for thieves.
Stolen dog cases don't usually turn out well. I would say probably about 75% of them don't make it back. If you can just put that right there, come back behind me. She likes to be the leader of the pack. There you go. Find him. Find it. That's where she went through, right?
Along this edge.
Along this edge. Trusty finds one spot where there's a hole underneath the fence, and that's where Dee-Dee snuck out. Now what she's doing, she's air scenting to figure out which way. All right, step up with me.
By air scenting, Trusty takes a shortcut, a direct path to the source of the scent.
Trusty showed me interest into the area around the storm drain. Dee-Dee was probably down here running around, and it shows me that Dee-Dee's really confused and she's trying to find a place to hide, and she's running everywhere. As we're going along, I want you to keep your eyes peeled, any kind of movement whatsoever.
Okay.
As the day marches on, the extreme heat continues to rise. With stifling humidity, dehydration is a lethal threat for the trackers.
All right, where's she turn around at? Huh? The physical drain on Trusty during heat like this is substantial. She cannot track like she normally does.
I'm trying to hold up, but it's very hot. That's all I have to say. It's a very hot day today.
We're gonna walk up here a little ways. I'm casting her around, so I'm coming back at you.
Casting is a technique to refocus Trusty on the scent path. It's not working.
We've never walked down this way before. For her to come all this way on her own, it would be a shock.
Trusty's energy is flagging. She's struggling to stay adequately hydrated. It's critical she rest and cool off.
I had to physically set her down. Down. Come on. Down. Heat like this could destroy the whole entire track.
Dawn enlisted Trusty to find her son's lost Yorkie.
When I told him that, Dee-Dee's missing, he asked me point blank. He said, so what are you doing about it? So this is what I'm doing about it.
The track progressed over a mile from Dawn's, but the sweltering heat knocked out Trusty.
Down. Come on. Down. I had to physically set her down. Kind of just take a break. I'm starting to break down. This is just unbearable.
Trusty's well-being is paramount. Wendy shuts it down.
It makes me sad to think that we're gonna stop now.
No, up.
And potentially we won't be finding my dog.
While Trusty cools down in the car, Wendy and Dawn get started on the recovery plan.
We're gonna take this cat food and we're gonna put it in this water.
They employ the standard method, a trail of scent strips and cat food to lure Dee-Dee home. The issue on this track, it's a couple of miles.
And we're gonna squirt some of the cat stuff.
I feel hopeful we could find her.
You go up another 20 feet or so.
I do have some doubts. I am a little skeptical.
The scent articles are in place, but Wendy can't stay to reassure Dawn. Her focus turns to taking care of Trusty.
It's just so hot. I've got to get Trusty home, get her cooled off. She's exhausted, you know, and I have to be the one that realizes she's exhausted and take care of her. She can't tell me she's tired. So that's the game plan. Get home, cool down, get some rest so we can get back out tomorrow.
It's been 2 days since Jake led Cecilia to Simba, her panicked Doberman.
Right there.
He was in full flight mode, but good news. Infrared footage confirmed Simba didn't run far. It also provides valuable intel. Every morning, Simba visits the area but completely avoids the trap. It's early morning. Cecilia's at work. Her mom is waiting alone, hoping to recover Simba.
I had cat food literally in my hand and sat by myself. And I saw him. He was walking in front of the traps, and he walked over to me. Eventually, he started to get closer, and then just reached down and grabbed the leash.
She called me and she was crying and she's like, I have him, and then I was crying and I was like, okay, I'm coming.
It was very emotional. I was just glad that he was home.
Today, he just slept all day. Ready, handsome? The advice that Carmen gave, this way, just going back and baiting the traps, was what helped me find my dog. Very happy that he's home.
Heat can be hard on all animals. Wendy isn't taking any chances with Trusty's health during this heat wave.
I brought her home and gave her a bath, you know, tried to cool her off and to get her settled down. She slept for like the next 2 days because she was so tired.
Trusty is out of commission and back on the couch until the weather breaks, even with a major development in the case of Dee-Dee, the lost Yorkie. Ann Wills picks up where the case left off.
The owner is not home, so I am going to zip over there and see what I can find. Dee-Dee! Dee-Dee! Dee-Dee's here. I see her. Reality is, when you're finding a missing pet, you've got a moving target. And that pet is going to move way before you even get near it, because animals have a better sense of hearing and smell than we do. It takes a split second for a dog to get away from you, and it's in flight mode. Dee-Dee! And she's very cautious. I gotta be really careful that I don't run her off. Dee-Dee!
This is the first time Dee-Dee the Yorkie has been seen in 5 days.
I've been sick about it, to be honest. Never in our 7 years of having her has she ever been gone.
But she's creeping from yard to yard to yard. And she's very cautious. So I gotta be really careful that I don't run her off.
The scent trails that were laid earlier lured her home.
Dee-Dee, come here, baby. She's going that way.
With strangers, Yorkies are aloof by nature and tend to be wary.
There's a whole art form to catching a dog by hand. What you doing, pretty girl?
During her years of experience, Anne has learned how to make herself non-threatening to Yorkies.
Come here, what you doing? What I need to do right now is to try and get as close as I can to her without spooking her, and then I gotta drop to the ground. I'm not gonna give her any direct eye contact at all, because that is a challenge to a dog. So I'm not gonna look at her, but I'm gonna get down really low. And I'm actually going to try and crawl over to her. He's so skinny. Gotta get her attention. I'm gonna pretend like I'm crying to make Dee-Dee believe that I'm hurt and I need help. You hungry? Go on. Even though Dee-Dee's a little dog, I gotta grab her tight and keep her from squirming. Yummy cat food. Because she will get away. Yeah. Got her. If we hadn't caught this little dog today, I don't think it would have made it very much longer. It was extremely skinny, extremely dehydrated. This dog is really thirsty. We have got to get her some food right away.
Dee-Dee is physically distraught. Anne must take care of her until Dawn gets home. Gretel and Janelle identified a potential hideout for Thorne the ferret.
That is a hot spot.
Dangerously close to a busy railroad track.
I really, really am scared for his safety here.
Last night, James went out to check the trap and look for Thorne.
The trap's across the street, and there's a storm drain right in front of where the trap is. After calling him a couple times, I looked right over, and he was right here. Right here. All I could do was reach over, grab him, and beeline it back to the house. There you go, parrot ferret. He's my little fur baby. I love him. If it weren't for Janelle and Gretel, I wouldn't have been able to find my ferret. He's home.
Having survived a heat wave for 5 days, Dee-Dee is home.
Hi. Hi, Dawn.
Oh,
look who we got.
Hi, baby girl. Hi. Oh.
It just filled my heart with joy. It made all the hot, sweaty work today all worthwhile.
Oh, I know you miss home. She's a mess. I don't think someone took Dee-Dee. She came home covered in clay, so I think that she was chasing a groundhog or some sort of small rodent.
Love her up and...
Okay. Come on, baby. Oh, my goodness.
To see somebody reunited with their little baby, that's why we do this.
There you go, baby girl. You're so skinny. I think she lost about 2 pounds, and she only weighs 4 pounds. Oh, look at that. She was shaking. She seemed very much disoriented. But it's a comfort to have Dee-Dee back home.
Look at her.
Yeah.
She's trying to jump up.
We love her, and we missed her.
Oh.
And she's happy again. And I'm gonna give her a good bath and give her a good meal and give her some good loving and make an action plan.
Yeah.
So now how not to lose her.
Well, and now you know if she does get away, you know what to do.
Right, thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Couldn't ask for a better finale. The little dog is home, safe and sound.
I'm so happy she's home.